Hey everybody, it's Jen with Two Sister Bees. Welcome to the channel. Today is my weekly cash stuffing, and it's going to be a little different because I will be using prop money for some of my cash envelopes.
Why are you doing that?
I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to give you your personal mini challenge for this week. Let's get into it. Let's start with the two envelopes that owe me some money. The first one is the birthday envelope. And no, it wasn't anyone's birthday, but I did buy both of our moms a Mother's Day gift. And I figured since I have so much in this envelope and we don't necessarily have any birthdays coming up, I'm gonna go ahead and take it out of here.
I would too.
I spent a total of $207. Let's see what I've got. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 56, 57. I do have 157. So that's an even 50 bucks. But I don't want to forget that I did start the tracker. So I do have $10 invested in this tracker. So I'm going to leave that. And it's basically like starting this envelope fresh. So I'm gonna put this to the side. And the next one that owes me is my, yes, you guessed it, my bougie envelope. Loving it. And that was $55. I have a $100 bill. So I'm gonna take this money for change and put the 45 back in and take the 100. So you guys, I sat on Tuesday and I went through every single bill. I went through all of these binders. I reorganized everything and I'm so glad that I did. I ended up doing a lot of stuff on Tuesday. And I'll try to fill you in as we go along. Now, some of you have asked lately, what am I doing exactly when I say an envelope owes me and I take money from those binders? I used my debit card to pay for those things. It was either a bill or an online purchase, and I have that money saved already. So all I'm doing is basically paying myself back. And this brings me to the prop money. Yes, you guys, for the first time, I have decided to convert some of my cash stuffing envelopes to prop. And this will be for the bills that I'm paying online, so I'm not just taking money out to put it right back in, and also for a couple of my sinking funds. I have more to tell you on that when we get to those actual envelopes. But I do love Dave Ramsey's envelope method, and it has helped me change everything about how I deal with and view my money. And it took me over a year to feel comfortable doing this. When I first started cash stuffing, been a little over a year now. Believe me, I needed to withdraw all the cash. I had no control. You know what, guys? I've grown. I've learned some things about my spending habits, and I feel like I can do this. So let's start and get into what I'm talking about. Okay, so the prop money, I have $1,593. And I have to tell you, when I was printing this out and cutting them, I was like so excited. I'm like, I'm finally going to really use this honey money. I love it. It's super cute. I am not going to count all that out. I'm going to leave it there. But what I am going to count is the cash. I have $588. Let's count this up. 100, 200, 300, 350, 370, 390, 410, 430, 450, 470, 490, 510, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 71, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80. 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 588. Okay, I think I'm gonna start with the pink binder. And that is because this binder is actually a mix of the cash and the prop. What is in here are all sinking funds. So my tax and tag. So on Tuesday, when I told you guys that I went through everything, I even wrote down the goal amounts that I need and when I need them by. My car insurance, my RV insurance. You guys, I was sitting there for like 6 hours. I'm not kidding you, but I got it all done. And I love knowing that everything is exactly the way it needs to be now. I feel so much better. So my tag gets 33. And this one is going to continue to be cash because I have met my goal of $400 today. I actually called the DMV to double check the exact amount, and she said she said like 380 something. So I went ahead and just rounded it up to 400, and now I'm going to put this in my savings account because it is not due until the end of the year. So we've got 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 170, 190, 210, 230, 250, 270, 290, 310, 330, 350, 370, 380, 390, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 400. Yes. So I'm going to put this in here for now. Car insurance. This was our personal mini challenge a couple weeks ago, and I ended up saving a total of $386 for the year. I'm super happy about that. So now my insurance gets $22, and I'm up to 1, 2, 253, 320, 1, 2, 3, 4, 324. And as you can see, I have until May of next year to reach this goal. And at $22 a week, it should be right about there. So let's keep going. And this is actually my RV insurance. Now, because I went through everything, I realized I'm actually $78 short. Don't know how that happens, but I am. So I'm gonna add the 78 that I'm short plus the 10 that I typically stuff, and I'm gonna be adding 88. $88 going in. And same thing, I'm keeping these cash, and then when I just get the full amount, I will deposit it. But I do like having these as cash. And the RV insurance now has 50, 70, 90, 100, $200 exactly. Next is getaways, and they are also still going to be cash. I don't know who they I don't know who they is, but maybe me and Jason? I don't know. Okay, so getaways now has 100, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 190. Okay, so now we're getting into the prop money. I already have quite a bit in this medical envelope. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have $700. I'm going to leave it in here. I'm not going to take that out. I'm going to add 61 of prop money. And I think what I'm going to do is when it reaches 1,000, I'm going to go ahead and take that cash and deposit it into my regular savings account that is linked to my checking. So that money will be available to me pretty much immediately when I need to use it.
Real good plan, baby. Good plan.
And speaking of savings account, you guys, I actually also set up a high yield savings account this week. I never thought I would do that, but I do get a lot of comments on here about letting cash sit in an envelope that could be collecting some extra money for me instead. Well, fun fact, you guys, 4.5%. I had no idea. I had been basing my decision off of my savings account, which I have now, and with Wells Fargo, it's only 0.3%. Not even 0.5%. So I kept thinking, what is the point of these high yield savings accounts? But I decided to look into it, and I'm glad I did. I ended up going with Citizens Bank. I'm going to be using that account for funds that I do not plan on using for at least a year. So I am happy that I finally did that, and I just wanted to mention that to you guys so you could look into it. Maybe you have your emergency fund and it's just sitting there. Put it in a high yield savings account instead. Who knew? I didn't, but I'm just super glad that I did see that, because in the end, instead of making 0.3%, it's making 4.5. So I'm happy with that. And dental is in the same boat as medical. So I currently have, again, quite a bit in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000, 1,100, 1,200. I'm gonna leave this alone as well and deposit it at the same time as the medical. So we'll leave the 1,200 in there now, and we're going to add another 100. And we're done with my hybrid binder. And next I want to move on to my blue binder. So this binder has all of our bills that go in and out, and I felt like doing it this way with the prop money will still keep me accountable for the amounts each week and keeping track of the budget. So let's get this one started. So I've got $8.75 in prop money going into my Home Sweet Home envelope. Water gets 30. Electric, 70. RV payment, 97. And yes, there is still cash in these, but I will deposit that once I make these payments, and that should be the end of the cash in these envelopes. Uhtred, he gets 70. And this one I had to think about, and the reason that I've decided to do prop money with him is I really do need the bills to be on my bank statement so that I can send his claims in. I send them in pretty much quarterly, so I need the proof of payment, and it's easier to look through my bank statements. And Mama D, I got some news on this one, you guys. Mama D now gets $3.15. That is a big jump from the $4.40 that she was getting, right? So back to Tuesday. I'm telling you guys, I was a busy little bee. I did quite a few things with Mama D. I mentioned, I think last week, that she is currently in a nursing facility, and she's been in there for a little while. We were hoping that, she would make it home, but it looks like it is going to, unfortunately, be an indefinite stay. So with that being said, I canceled her Wi-Fi and cable. There's no one there watching it or using it. And I also canceled her waste management. Again, no one has been taking out garbage, and they're not going to be. So I have her envelope down to the basics. We've got mortgage, electric, water, pest, and lawn. That's it. So that has lowered some bills substantially for Mama D. So let's give her $3.15. And you know what, guys? I missed this. Mama D does owe, and I always say that. Mama D doesn't owe me. The envelope does. We paid $3.47 in bills. So 1, 2, 3, 45. That is close enough. I'm gonna take back the $3.45. Okay, credit. Now this one, I'm going to put my payment of $75 as prop money, but if you watch my Savings Challenges videos, and you should be watching my Savings Challenge videos, you know that any Savings Challenge that I complete goes in here. So this one, I put it in the back for that reason, because it's always gonna have cash and it's gonna have prop money. All done with the all prop money binder. Let's move on to the cash. Okay, so for this one, this is all 100% variable expenses. I can pay cash for all of these categories, and it cleans up my bank statement by eliminating debit card swipes. And oh my gosh, you guys, just in this past week, insane. Changing up your budget whenever you see a flaw, do it. It took me all day. Like I said, it took me 6-7 hours. I don't know. I was sitting there forever. So worth it in the end. I'm so glad that I did it. So husband is getting 50, and this money does have a super duper purpose now. This money will now be used for just little things that he might need throughout the week. He has cut way back on his spending, and I'm so proud of him. He's such a good husband. Groceries is getting 100. And I did spend, I don't think I put the change back in here yet. I did not. So I did spend 25, which leaves 25. I just took it from that money over there. And now I have 125 in my grocery. Jolene gets her 25. And little Miss is up to 50. Big Give, still a 50. 100. Bougie, 70. 70. And I'm up to 50, 70, 80, 90, 100, and 15. Thrifting. I am skipping thrifting for now, and these are also getting skipped this week. So doing the all cash with groceries is going to keep me on track with my grocery spending. I typically put the cash in there and still use my debit card, which in reality gives me no limit whatsoever on what I'm buying. I am truly going to stick to paying cash for my groceries, no debit card. So before we get into the purple binder, and since I just mentioned groceries, let's get into this week's personal mini challenge. I hope everyone is trying to continue these for longer than just the week. That's when we're really gonna start seeing some serious savings and begin changing our habits if we can really stick with these. Jason and I haven't eaten out since we had those infamous $80 cheeseburgers.
What did she just say?
That was seriously like the last straw for me. Since then, I have been packing his lunch and making overnight oats for his breakfast, which he loves. He loves his blueberries. He has this really cool little food warmer I got from Amazon to heat up his food. So if you or your partner don't work in an office setting, you can still have a nice hot lunch, you guys. And he has a cooler in his truck that he keeps his water in, so he does not stop at convenience stores for drinks. Yay, for saving money. So to take that challenge, the takeout challenge I'm talking about, in case I lost you, I want us all to do a pantry challenge. Oh yes, you guys, 1 week of no grocery shopping. Use what you have and get rid of some of those food items that you've been avoiding, and we all have them. So here's my tips.
Tell me how it works.
Number 1, you will need to take inventory of what you have, write it down. What's in your pantry, fridge, and freezer? I did find this inventory form to help you guys out a little bit. It was online. It's a free printable. It is from a Reinvented Mom, enjoying the good life for less. Thank you, Reinvented Mom. I'm going to link this in the description below for you guys. So once you know what you have, here comes number 2. Get creative. This challenge is not to make you suffer. It's to save money and reduce waste. Americans, oh, us wonderful Americans, we waste 40% of the food we buy.
Not me.
On average, we're wasting 40% of the food we buy. And since you're getting so creative, you will be surprised at how much you are able to come up with. Every time I do one of these, I feel so good about my ideas. I'm like, I can't believe I just whipped that up. So definitely get your meal plan together. Have at least a couple days in advance so you know what you're doing. Number 3, to tell your family or not to tell your family.
Do I have to?
I say what they don't know won't hurt them. If I tell Jason we're doing any kind of challenge, I get the immediate eye roll and sigh. He eventually gets on board, but in the beginning, it's always like twisting his arm, like, come on, Jay, help me out here. Some bloggers say the opposite, that you should tell them so they don't eat anything that you might have planned for one of your meals. which I guess if you have teenagers or kids, that really could happen. So I'm gonna leave this one up to you guys to tell your family or not to tell your family. And number 4, I want you guys to remember, this is not a no spend challenge. So if you need to get some fresh veggies or milk, eggs, bread, all that kind of stuff, go get it. The idea is to use what you have and spend less, not zero. So if you need some bell peppers to go with your chicken and that bag of rice you found in the back of your pantry, go get your bell peppers. It's okay. It's not a no spend, it's a spend less. And number 5, I linked one more thing below for you guys, and it is an article, What to Make for Dinner When There Is Nothing to Eat. Yes, I got you guys. It's got 12 easy, quick recipes for you guys to check out. So if you're doing the pantry challenge with me, come on, you guys. Say yes. Comment below. Yes, I will save on groceries with you, Jen. We can do it. Last week was the cell phone bills. I'm actually still working on this one myself. I have a phone that I need to pay off. I know, I swore I would never buy a phone through my provider.
Lies!
But I purchased one for my daughter. Kids. I did it. It's done. So I can't go back in time. I wish I could. But once I pay that off, that will lower my bill by $40 a month. So I'm going to work on that. And you guys, I have some news about Mint Mobile. They contacted me about doing a sponsorship ad. Yay! So they're gonna send me a phone to try it out so that I can give my honest opinion to you about their service and their pricing. I was already thinking of switching to them, so it is a double win. I'm super excited about trying out their service and letting you guys know how it is. Pantry challenge. Let's do it, guys. Now, before we do our final binder, are you new here?
Might be.
If you are, it is go time on hitting that subby button that's been hovering down here in the corner. This channel is not only stuffing envelopes, but as you can see, we are showing you how to grow your envelopes. And we also have our studio channel where my little sister April just posted a video for you beginners, setting up your budget and your envelopes. Check it out, and I'm gonna put the link in the description for you guys. Oh, my little purple binder, you've been waiting for so long. Let's see what we've got for you. Emergency. Yes, I'm getting so close with this one, you guys. Over halfway filled up, love it. Still getting its $50. And the past 2 weeks while I've been coloring these in, I have been filling you in on our condo purchase. Well, guess what? I've got some news on that. The condo did not appraise for the amount that they were selling it for, and the seller was unwilling to come down to the appraisal price. So that one is a done deal. Waiting for our escrow money to come back to us, and we're just gonna move on from there. It was a little deflating at first, not gonna lie, but I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but I literally have everything happens for a reason in Latin tattooed on my collarbone. So I had to remember that. Everything does happen for a reason, and that was not meant to be. And it's okay. So I colored in my 5 honeycombs, and let's see what we've got in little old emergent bee. This is now up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 50. Love it. Now, if you're new, we do have a freebie version of Emergent Bee. It is not this little tracker type of thing. It's just a regular sheet of paper. It is linked below, and you can get your own emergency fund started today. So check that out. Birthday wishes. We are going to give this one 25 to get it going again. Okay, so I'm gonna color in 2 of these cakes because they're worth $10 a piece. And I'm gonna color in the cake slice worth $5. There it is, birthday wishes, looking pretty good. Two 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ones going into my $1 challenge. All done with those. Okay, you guys, our Sunday's Savings Challenge video is coming right up. April has made a new tracker for Hello Honey. I'm gonna go ahead and link this in the description for you guys below so you can print this out and be ready next Sunday for the new version. If you missed this last Sunday's Savings Challenge, or you wanna find out what Hello Honey is, click here and keep watching Two Sister Bees.